Hi, everybody. This is God Saad. Just returned with my family from a break where we collectively continue to grieve the loss of our fallen Belgian Shepherd. And I'm really of two minds here. On the one hand, I feel like not returning to fight the endless lunacy that I've become known for fighting because, frankly, it's exhausting. And at this point, my mindset is not quite there. On the other hand, it is a way to distract one's mind. And so, with that in mind, I thought that I would take a shot at maybe moving away from the grief and addressing a few of the many instances of lunacy that have taken place over the past few weeks that I've been away. I'll start with this story from, I think it was around mid-August, so almost 10, 12 days ago now. This is Viktor Orban, or Orban, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, the Prime Minister of Hungary, who has put forward a proposal to ban gender studies at Hungarian universities. Now that, of course, strikes me as deeply problematic because if we ban gender studies, how else would we have gotten the knowledge that there are 872 genders? How else would we have found out that a woman can have a 9-inch penis? How else would I have found out that my marriage has been a transphobic sham since I specifically decided that I wanted to marry a woman with a vagina and not a woman with a 9-inch penis? I didn't look at the panoply of possible women as possible, marriage partners. And so how else would I have known that my whole marriage is really a house of cards without gender studies? How else would I have known without gender studies that men too can menstruate? So these are all things that come out of the laudable edifice of science and reason from gender studies. But in all seriousness, I do think that it is a dangerous idea to have governments ban stupidity and nonsense. Now, of course, from an epistemological perspective, from an ethical perspective, teaching nonsense at universities might not be the right thing to do, but I'm not sure that it is the place for the government to decide that you can ban things. Remember, I am Jewish and I support the right of Holocaust deniers to come on campuses and spew their nonsense. So that's one story that I missed. A few seconds ago, I talked about vaginas and 9-inch penises, both manifestations of female genitalia, which leads me to an article that came out. This is from Healthline. They have a LGBTQIA safe sex guide, and in it they are reflecting on the fact that we need to have more inclusive language when we speak about genitalia. So let me just read you one or two important passages here. So these guides also often unnecessarily gender body parts as being male parts and female parts and refer to sex with women or sex with men, excluding those who identify as non-binary. Many individuals don't see body parts as having a gender. People have a gender. And as a result, see, maybe it's good that I'm fighting this lunacy. It allows me to crack a smile, something that I haven't done much over the past few weeks. So, and as a result, the notion that a penis is exclusively a male body part and a vulva is exclusively a female body part is inaccurate. By using the words parts to talk about genitals and using medical terms for anatomy without attaching a gender to it, we become much more able to effectively discuss safe sex in a way that's clear and inclusive. For the purposes of this guide, we've chosen to include alternative words for readers to use for their genitals. For example, some trans men choose the words front hole or internal genital instead of vagina. Alternatively, some trans women may say strapless or girl dick for penis. This usage is meant for one-on-one communication with trusted persons, such as your doctor or partner, not for broad discussion. In this guide, whenever we use the medical term vagina, we'll also include front hole as clinically recommended by researchers in the BMC Pregnancy and Childbirth Journal. This is not a satirical website, so I thought that you should know that you should stop using the term vagina. Instead, it is more inclusive to use the term front hole. And of course, since we're talking about inclusiveness and diversity, then I should mention the queen of diversity and inclusiveness, our own Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who recently at a political rally was very upset by a woman who was heckling him about the cost to the Quebec taxpayers of having all these illegal immigrants pouring through the borders, and he started to accuse her of being, an intolerant, racist, bigot, and so on. So the mere fact that this woman was concerned about the fact that Canadian taxpayers, Quebec taxpayers, had to shoulder the financial burdens of this very lax open border policy was a manifestation of her grave Nazism. Of course, when in countless mosques in Quebec, we have imams who call from very close to where I live for the death of Jews, that's not intolerance, that's not bigotry, that's not Jew hatred, that's just an exotic manifestation of a beautiful, peaceful ideology. So you see, you have to understand the nuances of our Prime Minister's thinking. So that's just 3 stories that I missed. There were many, many others. I'm trying to catch up. But again, I'm very torn. I don't know whether I should just walk away from all this lunacy for the foreseeable future and try to deal with the infinite pain of the loss that we've recently experienced, or whether diving back to fight this tsunami of civilizational importance, or the tsunami of lunacy and its civilizational importance in defeating it, whether I should be doing that. My feeling is that I will probably slowly return, as I am in this video, to fighting this nonsense, because I can't sit idly. So even though I may be experiencing quite a bit of grief, especially today, we just got back from a family break, and when you're away, you're somewhat protected from your daily routine with your dog. But once you come back home, you truly do see the conspicuous absence. But in any case, I wanted to again thank all of the truly unbelievable people that have been sending me messages. If there is one thing that's come out that's good from this tragedy, I mean, not that there could be anything that's good from this tragedy, it is really seeing the endless number of decent, kind, generous, empathetic people that I'm honored to call, my e-friends. And so thank you for all of your wonderful messages. Given the fact that I so often deal with ugly stuff in my public work, ugly ideologies, stupidity, departure from reason, one can become jaded about the human spirit. But what this unimaginable tragedy has shown me is that there are tons of truly wonderful people, and I thank you for all those who've sent me such nice messages. Hope you're doing well. Wish you a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.